It's like having a pet, like a million pets. Hey guys, Mr. Bailey here. I got this jar. I'm gonna fill it with some of this pond stuff. I'm gonna let it sit for a while and we'll see what I got. Oh, it's all one gigantic plant. Ooh, it's got a root. See that root? That's the good stuff. This was gross. Have fun, everybody.
Once I brought it home, I put it on this ledge in indirect sunlight. There will be many small animals in your ecosphere, but I got a couple animals that were too big and I actually had to take them out because they would have died. I had this crawfish and I also had this large amber snail. An ecosphere is a closed ecosystem. There is nothing going into it except for energy from the sun. Inside there are plants, animals, and bacteria. Their relationship works something like this. Inside the jar we have plants, and we also have algae, and these guys make oxygen. There are also many small animals like snails and isopods, and these guys, they use the oxygen and make carbon dioxide. The plants, of course, use the carbon dioxide. But these cute snails are not the only things using the oxygen. There are also many bacteria. And these bacteria also need oxygen. But when these things die, the animals, they are also eaten by the bacteria, and the bacteria makes two things. It makes carbon dioxide. It also makes something called inorganic materials, which are the nutrients for the plants. And that is how it works. Nice. In order to make your ecosphere, the most important thing that you need is, of course, a jar. Now, it doesn't matter if you use a jar that is really, really, really tiny, or you use something like a jar that used to have some pickles or jam in it, or even one of those jars with the little latchy lid, or, to be honest, any kind of jar at all. It just has to seal. Where to get the water from. You should collect it from a pond. If you collect it from a river, there won't be very much stuff living in there. That's because moving water does not have as much biodiversity as a still pond. Lastly, after having this ecosphere for a few weeks, you can choose to get rid of it by dumping it back where you found it, or you can keep it for as long as you want. Just make sure it's sealed.
Everything's better when it's gross. Bye, guys.